today's video, I'm going to talk about how to prune a tomato plant to get a higher yield and a healthier plant. Normally when you're pruning a tomato plant, it's a lot easier to do that earlier when the plant is a lot younger. Unfortunately, I waited a little too long and it kind of got out of control, but I'll show you how to fix all this. You would also want to put a support for the plant, which I never did. So that's one of the main reasons why the plant is tilted to the side rather than standing tall. But before you start pruning your tomato plant, the first thing you want to do is identify the main stem. Then you know what to cut off and what not. Start from the bottom, and if you go right there, and that is our main stem right here, and we follow that one up, and the plant is tilted to the side, but the main stem, although it's not straight up, right here, this is the main stem, and everything approaching from the main stem, such as this one, this one, this one, these are called suckers. And normally how you can tell they're suckers is they usually come from in between the main stem and the leaf. So right here, I'll show you. If you look right here, we have the main stem and we have a leaf right here, and in between them is a sucker right here. And some of the suckers are pretty big right here too. This one is a sucker, and so is this one, so is that one. So there's a lot of suckers, and when you start cutting the suckers off, you could pretty much start from anywhere on the plant you want, but for me, I normally like starting from the bottom. I start from the bottom and I slowly work my way off. And sometimes I even get rid of some of the plants that's touching the ground, such as this one, because what happens is they're the one that usually causes disease by touching the ground, so you want to avoid that. Alright, so let's start cutting this one. So this is a big one right here. Let's get rid of this guy. At the end of the video, I'll tell you what you could actually do with this. And one incredible thing with the suckers is, if you allow this sucker to develop, this actually becomes a secondary main stem, and this will produce suckers of its own. So right here we have a leaf, main stem, and right here this is your sucker. Let's get rid of him. Right here we have another sucker right here. Let's get rid of that one too. Right here, one more sucker. So let's get rid of this one. And we have one more right here underneath the plant, right here. So we'll get rid of that one. Oh, there's a little insect right here. It's actually harmless, so I'm not gonna kill it. Let it be. There's one more right here. Alright, let's get rid of this one. And let's get rid of some of these leaves. Right here, we have a leaf right here. We have another leaf right there. Looks pretty good so far. Alright. And some of the small suckers, you don't even need a clipper. Like this one, there's a sucker coming through right here. You can just take him out, you pinch him out. Right here. One more right there. There's one more right there. Just pinch him out. There you go. We get one more right here. Right. Now, I'm just gonna try to keep the plant standing vertically. We do have one more sucker right here, although in the top right here. This is a sucker. I might just keep him. So as you can see in the video, this plant is tilted. The way it's growing is tilted because I never give it any support. I mean, it's fine if I want, I could just leave it tilted, but I usually prefer it vertically so I have space for other things to grow. I have a little pepper plants right here. There's a couple of them right here, so I'm just gonna give it a little support so it's standing straight. Normally tomato cages, you want to start them when the plant is young and small. It's a lot easier to put on. We'll start from the bottom. Right here, there's a baby little sucker. Let's get rid of this one. Right. This is also a sucker. Let's get rid of that one. We have right here, that's a really big sucker. We're gonna get rid of this one too. We have more suckers. This is a smaller one. You could just clip them with your nails. We have another big one right here. That's a big sucker right there that needs to go. I'll also get rid of this leaf. And this one. We have a sucker right here. Let's get rid of that one. One more on this side. And when you're clipping these suckers, try not damaging the stem of the plant. And I do have one more sucker remaining, which is right here. And we'll also get rid of that one. There you go. So let's put a tomato cage on this one too. I'll show you a smaller tomato plant that I have, and this is the ideal time to start pruning. Here's a perfect example of a tomato plant and when you should ideally start pruning the suckers. So right here, if you look at this plant, it's tiny but it already has suckers coming through. Just clip them. Clip on, clip on, clip on, clip on. One more right there. Yeah. There you go. And that's what you want to do. So clip them earlier, it's a lot easier to manage. The tomato cage on this one, I don't have any extra today, but I'll grab some and start early. That's the best thing to do. And tomatoes are awesome, you know, they'll produce season long. Tomato taste amazing, and these plants, they'll take care of you. Just make sure you take care of the plants too. that we're done with the pruning the tomato plant. So this is a sucker. If you look at it, it almost looks like a tomato plant itself. And right here, this also has some suckers that are coming out. And what you could do with it is, you could take these off, the leaves off right here, take this off, clip the leaf and the sucker. You have about this much, you need like about maybe a couple inches of space right here. And you could actually plant this on the ground, and this one will produce roots right here. And you could have your own tomato plant. This one actually could become its own plant. So yeah, so that's what you could do with the suckers. Believe it or not, but my mom actually eats these suckers. They're fresh and healthy. There's nothing wrong with eating them. If you could find a way to like cook them or however you could eat them, go for it.